Peace, peace, family. I want to talk to y'all today. Let me put the camera on so y'all can see me. Yeah, I want to talk to y'all today, man. This morning, well, early this morning, about why they cheat. And this is not particular to just saying what why the women cheat. It's both women and men. Why do they cheat? You know, people cheat for many different reasons. It could, your spouse, it could be your girlfriend or your boyfriend, but they cheat for many reasons. I had a homie that just got his heart broken, like broken into pieces, shattered. I'm talking about destroyed. He don't know what to do, which way to turn. Uh, First time I ever seen, well, not the first time, but I'm just saying in a long time, I seen a grown man just break down and cry like that, over a woman that he has children with. He thought he built a life with. But I've also seen the flip side of that. I've seen at times women thought that they built a life with a guy. She's going to work every day. He's driving her car. You got women up in the house. You know, a lot of times, we hear these stories, but we never really talk about like why these things happen. So I really thought about it, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go live early in the morning, while people are sleeping. Maybe when they wake up, they can have something to watch while they at work or something. And I said, well, damn, like, why do people cheat? Like, what are we? Who are we, and what are we committing ourselves to? The vetting process when we go to get with the people that we end up with. How are we vetting them? Or what are some of the things that you like? A lot of times we get into relationships and things go bad, and we tend to blame the people that we chose in the relationship. But you ever look at yourself in the mirror and say you need to reevaluate the things that you like, your upbringing, where you come from, knowing the difference of what's good to you as opposed to what's good for you. Yesterday I posted a video um, of should his or her best friend come before his husband or wife, and I gave different scenarios of what a best friend would entail, and that best friend. What's up, K Archie? We got T Mac in the house. We got Mama E 1999, Mike James boxing, and of course Wax Dog all the time. Yeah, but what I'm saying, that yeah, you choose. You got your best friends and your relationships, but then you got like that work best friend or that best friend at the gym that you like to talk to and tell your business to. But I just want to know, yeah, that cheating is like drowning. It's horrible, but cheating goes on all the time, and a lot of times in this society, they call men dogs, and they say that men do all the cheating. Men cheat. You niggas is dogs. Y'all not faithful. But I'm here to I'll tell the people watching me the same thing I tell my daughters, and explain to my wife. I said, if a man is cheating and he's a heterosexual straight man, then who is he cheating with? For every man that's cheating, there's a woman providing a service. And a lot of times, us as men, we meet women and we put them up high, on high stature, the women that we choose and that we like. We separate them from the girls that we may call a hoe or a floozy or a fast chick, not realizing that chick that you chose could be just as a hoe or a floozy as the girl over here that you cast aside. But you never took the time to vet her because she had some good sex or she looked real good. She looked real good. So you put her in a position that she has never earned, and you begin to share your resources with this woman. Now let's go to the flip side. Girls, you get with this guy. He's super handsome, nice body. He may have a nice job. He got a big dick. He doing all these things to so-called satisfy you. Short term, so-called satisfy you. And you put him up on high. And you begin to give yourself to him emotionally. But he's never earned it. He's never sacrificed something in order to be with you. He's never took down some of the weight that he already had coming in to bring you on board. So now he's carrying you with a bunch of all his bullshit that you have yet to know about. But once you walk with him, you'll see. But then when things go wrong, oh my God, I can't believe he broke my heart. I can't believe it. But then I'm saying, when I'm listening to this and I'm giving you the big homie advice, I'm saying, well, this nigga been this way. You just never took the time to find out. And now you want somebody to have an ear to listen to it. But then as you notice the pattern, you'll see that she'll be with this person and then she get with this person, and it's the same thing. Let's go back to the flip side with the guys. Guys that do the same thing. So why am I up this morning asking why do they cheat? Because I've noticed a pattern of cheaters and people that get cheated on. You know, you got guys. I know guys that be with, what's up, Doug? I know guys that be with a woman and he share all his resources with the woman. He done brought a house, got the kids in there, got the insurance, uh, uh, everything goes to her. He has, if he's get caught cheating, he stands to lose everything, and he'll still cheat. So what's in that man? What's in that man that will make that man want to cheat? Is it a man's nature to not be monogamous or be a cheater? Is it his nature? These are questions that we have to ask. Is it just naturally for a man to just want to cheat? Can he still love his wife and love his children and go sleep with that woman, whenever he, or multiple women, and come home to his wife and his family, and she always still continue to share his resources? Could he still love that woman? Now let's flip it. Could that woman, you have women that have a man and he can be giving her everything and she'll still cheat. I know it firsthand because I've seen it. When I used to run the street getting money, you know how many times I'd be in the car with a woman and she'd be on the phone with her man talking about some shit on her way to Keisha's house, but she in the car with me on her way to Atlantic City to get all kinds of stuff done to her. And then you take off and drop off around the corner from the house. She go back to her man like nothing happened. You see him out and outside in public, maybe every now and then, and she with her man, and he just looking happy as ever. But little do he know, somebody's busting her ass whenever he get a chance to. But he's doing the same thing on her. Like, what type of society? What type of society do we live in? Do we live in a society where society tells us that we're supposed to be loyal to each other? We're supposed to be evenly yoked. There's supposed to be a spiritual connection between two hearts combining, becoming one mind, moving together as one. That's what society tells us we're supposed to be. But do we behave that way? Are we acting that way? Is that the way we're supposed to live? But does society society perpetuates a different way we're supposed to live with the media, porn, and all these different things to get us to act within our lower self so that they can benefit economically? Most likely, when you cheat, you're not bringing that person to the house. You're going to get a hotel room. You're buying all kinds of seductive clothes to woo that person in. Guys are going to get cars and all kinds of things to bring that type of energy and that type of woman to you. So who stands to benefit from a society of cheaters? Because when you go to cheat, you know, you want to put your best on. You put your best lie, you put your best appearance, you put your best everything on. So who's benefiting from that? So I'm thinking, as I step back and analyze that, in a capitalist society, the society we live in, it's in their best interest to promote cheating while at the same time promoting faithful relationships. The confusion. I worked in a hotel, scene with some married man been on a business trips calling his wife. Right. Oh, that's all the time. That's all the time. Going on business trips and calling their wives while they have their secretaries with them. And then they go home to their wife like it's nothing. Or you get the woman at the gym. I was a trainer for many years. And she's down there. She's married with children, living in a home, been married 10, 15 years. And she's coming to the gym and get a trainer. Next thing you know, the trainer's banging her. You can't get it every day, but whenever she go through something with her husband, she come holler at you. And it may not even be it may not be just for the sex. It's for that mental stimulation that maybe she's not getting at home from her husband, or she's no longer getting at home from her husband, because now in the relationship, the everyday hustle and bustle of holding down a family and paying bills and everything, y'all lost sight of the affection and love that you had for each other when you first started, when you couldn't be away from each other for 5 minutes, way before the children were born, way before you had the house, the mortgage and the bills and all that, when it was just y'all two. When y'all used to go out at night, go to the movies, go out to the park, and just sit there at night, possibly sneak and have sex when y'all was having fun. 15 years later into the relationship and marriage, you got 2, 3 kids running around. You're both working 50, 60 hours a week. The only time you had sex is when she laying on her side and she give you some side booty. Y'all don't have fun no more. There's no more mental stimulation. None. There's no spice. She don't even go to bed naked no more like she used to. She go to bed with a scarf on, a long shirt with a hole in it. And she done gained some weight. And you ain't as loving as you used to be to her no more. You ain't as understanding as you used to be to her no more. Y'all lost all of that spice that y'all had when y'all first got together. So then you both go out looking for that mental stimulation that you used to get. See, everything is not always sexual because you can get good sex anywhere. Before you met your wife or you met your husband, you probably had some great sex before. You can get that anywhere. But it's that mental stimulation, that psychological stimulation that you're no longer getting. That person that you just liked, that you just like. How many times you hear guys say, "What happened to my wife?" Or how many times you hear girls say, "What happened to him? He used to be a totally different person." Well, I'm looking on the outside. I'm saying, what happened to y'all? That's the one scenario. I'm drawing different scenarios. Then you have the scenario where, like I said in the beginning, I'll sit in the barbershop and I listen to brothers and they say, "Man, this girl cheated on me, man. I gave this girl everything." And I'm like, "Yo, like, did you do your investigation? Did you know that girl was a whore in Camden or one of the biggest hoes up in Germantown? She came cross town, moved up here with a clean slate to look for a next victim. She was driving your car to an office building downtown, banging some lawyer nigga that she know. Well, you let her drive the car. You gave her keys to the crib, all that. Brought her around the kids, everything. Took her on trips. That was still never enough for her because she's been through so much bullshit in her life. Most likely she's been molested. She's been through bullshit in her life where she don't know what true love is. Anytime, you got a lot of girls out here that anytime they get close to feeling that type of love, they reject it and run away from it because they are afraid of it. Because they are afraid of pain. They can't handle arguments or any type of things that may make them feel like they're being rejected. So they're gonna go cheat on you because it makes them feel good. They have psychological damage. But the same could be said for boys. When they got mommy issues, daddy issues, they never got that mental stimulation that they needed. So they jumped from bed to bed to bed to bed to bed to bed with different women, searching for a mental and physical stimulation that don't exist. But they never got it at home when they were children. So they want people to make them feel good, not just sexually, but mentally. They're searching for a fairy tale relationship. And time after time, how do we get caught up with these people? See, because when you first meet them, they don't come out and tell you, "Hey, I'm a whore. Hey, I'm crazy. Hey, I will sleep with you and your girlfriend and your mama if she allowed me because I have no integrity." All I care about is what I need at the time. They're not going to come out and tell you that. They're going to look real good, sexy and seductive because that's their way of luring your ass in. You at work and she got a nigga at the crib. You stand at her crib while she at work. You got a chick up in their bed, up in y'all bed, because you don't care about the consequences. You put a chick in her car and drive to the hotel in her car that she paying a note for. But I have to ask the person that picked this person, what is inside of you that will get you to constantly pick these type of people? What is it that you're searching for? Because you grew up in a good structured environment. You got a mindset to want to be in the family. You are very family oriented. You grew up with mom and dad in the house. Or maybe you grew up with mom, but dad was in your life. Why do you constantly pick messed up people? How many times you see good girls or good guys with bad girls and bad guys? Why are you so drawn to these people? And then you say, "Oh my God, they broke my heart." And then you look into the background and you say, you don't even come from that type of background. How did you end up with him? Why you cross the tracks over there with Hakeem and them? When Henry want to take you on a date all day and you don't want Henry. But then when Hakeem break your heart with Big Booty Keisha and all of them, now you want a sob story. You want to cry. You want to cry to everybody. You want somebody to have an ear to hear you. I'm just saying. I'm hearing these stories. I made the video yesterday. Y'all gotta check that video out. Should your best friend come before his or her husband? Check that video out. I put it up there. It's right up there. It's my last video I made. When I really break this down and talk about spiritual connections, as opposed to societal connections and societal norms, because society tells you to cheat. What about the brother in the hood that dates the girl from the other side of the tracks, that come from the upper echelon or the higher ups? And she's dating you because you're banging her back out. But she knows that you're never going to excel to the level. She knows that you're never going to excel to the level of the standard of what her family think you should. So she leaves you astray. Then you end up finding out she's cheating on you with somebody that's on the same tax bracket or same level that she's on. See, a lot of times when women get cheated on, women go and they tell the world, he broke my heart, he did this. When guys, let me tell y'all something, man. Guys get cheated on all the time, but they don't come tell you, because for a guy to get cheated on, for a guy to go tell another guy that a dude is banging the hell out of his woman, that makes him look weak. It makes him looks like a bitch. So he keeps it to himself. He keep it all bottled in. That's why a lot of times you see a guy going upside a girl's head, or you watch the news and you see a man that killed his whole family and shit, because he keeps it bottled in. There's not too many avenues where a brother can come down and tell another brother, man, I've been with this woman all the time and she cheated on, without him getting judgment from the other dude. Because we got this macho shit where a woman just play, he's cheating on me. I gave him everything, he's cheated on me. We don't do that for fear of judgment. But I'm telling y'all, the title is Why Do They Cheat? But I asked the question, when we say why do they cheat, I would have to ask the question, why do you pick these people? They say, well, it wasn't like that in the beginning. Well, I will say this. They always was like that in the beginning. I got grown daughters, grown son. I sit and have these conversations with them. My daughters can bring a dude home, and right away I'll know. Get that nigga out of here. That nigga ain't the one. Get him out of here. And they look at me like I'm crazy. And I say, well, damn, I was born, I was living 20-something years before you was born. I can look at a person, I can look at his posture. I can look at the way he looked me in the eye when he shake my hand. I can just tell. Y'all ain't got a connection. Because the way you was raised up by me and where you come from, y'all ain't on that same trajectory. It's just that you have that ability. It's just that no. It's just that no. It's kind of like what your parents used to tell you and you didn't understand. Then you get caught up in you asking the question, why did he cheat on me? Why did she cheat on me? When you get into a relationship, when you get into a relationship, you're merging two worlds together. People, you're coming into a relationship with all your baggage and your upbringing and where you come from, merging that with somebody else and their upbringing and where they come from. Or is their way of thinking conducive to your way of thinking? Is their lifestyle conducive to your lifestyle? Or did y'all even take the time to figure that out? Or did you just jump in the bed and he 10-inch pipe you? And now you can't have enough of the sex. But you spend more time out the bedroom than in the bedroom. Or did you get with her and she get in there and make all kinds of noise and cater to your ego on Monday, and you're driving in the car all week because you can't wait to get back in her? but you took the time to walk with her. Because all the stuff that she doing with you, she done did with 10,000 other niggas. And it's good until y'all get into an argument. It's good until she's constantly trying to go on your phone because she's constantly thinking that you're cheating, because she comes from a family, she comes from a history of rejection. And now she done gave herself to you, and she too afraid of being rejected. So she say, I'm gonna cheat on this nigga before he has a chance to cheat on me. Fuck that. I'm just gonna get me somebody else. And if that nigga get right, then I'll get right. But I'm gonna keep this side nigga just in case. So you got a lot of women that think like that. You got a lot of women those women that want to go on your phone all the time. When they call your phone once and you don't answer the phone, they call you back 1,000 times. Or say if you're in the crib and you fall asleep, and they call you at 1 o'clock, but you don't wake up to 3:30. When you wake up, you got 4 or 5 different text messages. And where you at? Why are you not answering your phone? You got to think of the character of that woman. You got to do an investigation of where that woman comes from. Who hurt her? What type of pain is she carrying? Because when she thinks like that, what makes you think that she won't say, well, you know what, this nigga doing him, I'm going to do me? Happens all the time. All the time. And guys do the same thing. She at work. She can't keep her phone on the floor while she working. So she turns her phone off. You call on her phone for 4 hours straight. She may not be doing anything. Bitch, where you at? Why you not answering the phone? Well, you only mad because you know the shit that you do. See, you do that when you're cheating. She's doing that because she's at work, or she's asleep because she's been working all night. But you attribute your bullshit to she has to be doing the same thing. So now you're going crazy. So I'm telling the women, you got to vet them type of niggas when they behave like that. Because he's telling you when he does that, how he moves and how he thinks. But see, y'all don't see the warning signs. Y'all don't pay it no mind. Y'all don't pay it no mind. The girls and the guys do it. I'm telling you, you can't answer your phone, and you like, what the fuck? Well, she's telling you she's telling you where she comes from. But y'all don't get it. You sleep at night, she up in the middle. She wait till you fall asleep. She up in the middle of the night, all on your phone. Why? Why? You up in the middle of the night, all on her phone. Why? You mean to tell me that y'all can't sit down and communicate? And if you think that you got to do all that, why are you with that person in the first place? See, I'm just saying. I'm asking, like, why do they cheat? Most likely they cheat is because of you. It's because of you. Now, don't get me wrong. You got people that's in so-called loving relationships, and sometimes you get blindsided. You don't even see it coming. You get with people where they may be a little more street savvy than you, and all you trying to do is hold it down. Well, you could be a guy or a girl. Hold her or him down, and you doing your part in a relationship. And then you find out that this person is doing a thing on the side. Well, sometimes in life, you got to get your heart broke in order to understand what this thing is about. You got to learn. You got to live and learn. But that don't mean that you continuously allow it to happen. I mean, I think a lot of us, coming into marriage or growing up in life, got our heart broken. I got my heart broken into pieces. It was shattered. It was shattered. It happened to me. But when it happened to me, I was able to have better discernment. I was able to vet the women better. So I thank God for that woman that broke my heart when I was young. Thank you. Because I learned so much. And I learned how to see the signs. And it taught me how to be a better parent too with my daughters, and teaching my daughters and my sons and understanding certain things. So sometimes getting your heart broke ain't all that bad. It's just that you habitual people getting your heart broken all the time. Every time you with a woman, you got a problem. And you crying about this woman cheating on you. Or every time you with a dude, you got a problem, you crying about this man cheating on you. Then I gotta ask, well, who the fuck are you choosing? We live in a cruel world where most people only care about themselves and what they want and how much they can get from you. That's the type of world we live in. How many girls you know said that they going on a girls trip, and you like, yeah, go ahead, babe, go ahead on a girls trip. They go down to Jamaica, 4 or 5 girls, but she ain't telling you that Harold and Daryl and them is down there too. She down there with her girlfriends, but she's standing in the room with Big Dick Daryl for the next 5 days. Happens all the time. All the time. But you don't give a shit. You can't wait for her to go because you up the block with Brenda. What's the fucking point? How many of y'all in relationships? How many of y'all in relationships today? Right now, as I'm speaking, just for the children. Y'all no longer have any type of spice or connection. When y'all had sex at night, you roll over. She just opened her legs up and just lets you in. There's no type of love making connection. It's just nothing. Y'all just have sex so you can get it off, and she just wants you to hurry up so you can get off of her. That's the sex that you having inside the house now. Literally, 3 o'clock in the morning, you just roll over and she just opened her leg up. It's nothing to it. Because she thinking about the nigga at the job and you thinking about the chick at the gym. And the kids is in the room sleep. And y'all put this front on for the children, but the children see it. The children see y'all never kiss. The children see y'all never have any type of intimacy or affection. All they see is y'all argue. So what goes on in the development of the children? You're teaching your children how to be professional cheaters, and you don't even realize it. You're teaching it to your children. Because your son never see you be affectionate with his mom. Where he walk in the kitchen and be like, oh my God, ew, look at y'all. But that's healthy shit. But the son never see it. The daughter never sees the mom catering to the husband's ego. The daughter never sees that. Do you know how dangerous that is? How poisonous that is? Both of y'all in the house just for the sake of the kids. But she never ever sees her mom cater to her father's ego. So now she doesn't know how to do that when she get a man. And when that man step outside on her, she's like, oh my God, he cheated on me. And the man will say, that's because you was never there for me. You was never there for me. Well, she got that from my home. So how are you vetting these people's background? Because I'm going to tell y'all something. For a guy can get sex anywhere. But if you don't know how to cater to a man's ego with intimacy, you ain't got that man. I'm going to tell you, listen to me. Listen to George. A man can get sex anywhere the same way a woman can. If you are a woman and you don't know how to cater to a man's ego and keep his attention with affection and intimacy, with your femininity, affection and intimacy, you won't have a man. I'm telling you now. Brothers, if you don't know how to make love to her mind, not just her body, because she can get piped out anywhere. Trust me. She got a nigga on the sideline already waiting for you. She waiting for you to fuck up. A lot of women been done so dirty in the black communities from the time they were children that they already coming into relationships waiting for something to go bad. So trust me, she got a dick in the jar waiting for you to fuck up. So don't think that she ain't have her brains banged out. If you don't know how to make love to her mind and make her feel secure for the first time in her life, then trust me. Trust me. What's up, twin man? Because for every goddamn nigga out here cheating, there's a woman bent over with her legs in the air. The reason why we get looked at as the bad guys all the time because the women have the babies. So the woman gets stuck with the residue. So it's easy for her to say your daddy wasn't shit, but she don't tell you that, well, me and your daddy was creeping anyway, and I ain't had no business sleeping with that nigga. I only knew that nigga for a week. Or that nigga never brought me a house, or showed that he was willing to take care of me, but I still fucked him anyway and had his baby. She not gonna tell her children that. She's just gonna say your daddy ain't shit. So most of the time, the guys get looked at as the bad guy. He's the bad guy. But I'm telling y'all, you gotta listen. Take the emotionalism out. Use your mind. Listen. For every nigga that ain't shit or a dog, for every nigga that's a dog, there's a bitch, which is a female dog too, providing a service for them. And guess what? They ain't always hookers or strippers or so-called hoes. It's your girl. It's your girl that's providing a service for them. You think your girl is so good because she at the church catching the Holy Ghost and falling out? Man, she fucking that nigga up the street when you at work. Black men, brothers that cheat, just don't go cheat with strippers or call girls. They cheat with girls at the job. They cheat with girls at the church. They cheat with the girl at the gym who belong to somebody else. We got to get out of this mindset that all these women are just so virtuous and pious. They cheat like a motherfucker. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. And she come home with you with a wet ass, take a shower, and get right in the bed with you. And when you roll over to try to get something, she say she tired. I got sons. I got to give them this game. They got to know that. That's why you got the double standard. We always talk about this double standard between men and women. Well, let's talk about this. Why is it that a woman can come get in the bed with you asshole naked, right out the shower? You roll over and try to get something. She say, I'm tired. I got to go to work in the morning. Stop. I'm cool. And you just lay there looking up at the ceiling mad as hell. Or you might go downstairs and whack off or something, but you just mad as shit. You let her get away with it. But let you be in the bed and she come upstairs and get in the bed and get all up under you and try to get something. You say, I got to go to work in the morning. I'm tired. She going to start an argument and say you cheating. See, y'all brothers got to listen and pay attention. Because now I'm talking to the men right now. Why do you allow that shit? Why is it that she can do that to you, but the minute you do that, you're cheating? Because you gotta meet her sexual demands on contact. But she can draw you on a string. Because she out there, she could be out. What I'm saying is she could come home with her thing all sore because it's been getting beat up for the last 2 hours. But you wouldn't know because you just let her get away with it. You got to get away with it. And you don't correct it. You don't call it out. You don't say, no, not in here. The same way you're privy to me, where you can get me whenever you want, I should have the same benefit. If not, something's going on. You cheating. Where you coming from? See, we play these games, man. They play the games, twin man. But if you say, if you're paying attention to society, because I'm tired of seeing girls get taken advantage by dudes and dudes getting taken advantage by women, man, within the society. And one of my homies, my homeboy, man, he got his heart torn to pieces. This girl ripped him to shreds. Let me tell you something. This girl, then I'm gonna give you a scenario of one of my homegirls. This girl, they was married. She was sleeping with some nigga from some other nigga from around the way. He'd go older than us. She was creeping with this nigga. She went down the courthouse because her and my homie got in an argument. Her and her husband got into an argument because he suspected something was going on, but he didn't know that it was the bull yet, right? She went down to the courthouse and got a restraining order on him, got him put out the house. Mind you, they got a son and daughter. Because she wanted to carry on a relationship with this nigga. But in order to carry on a relationship, she had to get my homie out the way. So she went and put a restraining order on him where he had to come to the courthouse to see his children. I used to sit in the crib with this dude when they finally was able to let his kids come to the crib, And when he had to take him back over to the house with her, I used to watch this nigga cry. Like literally cry. Now here I am, I'm a street dude. I'm doing all kinds of wild shit back then, running, cheating, I'm doing anything I want. This one of my homies he ain't even that type of dude. He was married, go to work every day, faithful, don't hang out with us when we wilding out. This girl destroyed him. Destroyed him. I mean, used the system against him, everything. Because she had the ability to do it. Then we found out through some other people that she was actually sleeping around with a boy from up the block, a couple blocks up, that we grew up together. And he know we all grew up together in the same circle. She's fucking this nigga the whole time. I seen him in the store. He went to speak to me. I was with my now wife. And he was like, yo, what's going on? I'm looking at this nigga like, what the fuck, nigga? So when he came to hug me or whatever, he must have knew that I knew. And he kind of like, yeah, smile. He walked away. But I was like, damn, that's some real fuck boy shit. But she destroyed him. This is a good dude, man. Real good dude. He's still a good dude to this day. But I'm telling you, I used to watch this man cry. Because all he wanted, and the crazy part about it was, before he knew that she was cheating, all he wanted was his family back. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I used to watch this. We lived in the same, we had an apartment together at the time. This was like 2003. I used to watch this nigga. I used to get up in the morning. This thing used to be in his room praying for his family back. And you know me, I'm a little rough around the edges. I used to come in like, man, fuck her, man. She doing all that shit. Man, she got you in here crying. And I used to try to boost him up, but I was young still. I was telling him all the wrong shit. Back then. Telling him all the wrong shit to do. Fuck that bitch. Man, she doing all the shit to you, man. Come on, man. Stand up, sway your shoulders up, man. Let's go out here. And, I'm telling him all that stuff. But when I think about it, like he got to today, he has an awesome relationship with his son. Great relationship. His son and daughter. They never got back together, needless to say. They okay though, they cordial, because time heals all wounds. But over time, she tried to get back with him. But by that time, he had another woman. And he couldn't stand the look of her, to even look at her. But they okay now. But it comes back to vetting. Because when you do the background of this girl, she's been through all kinds of shit. So in her mind, I'm not gonna say all. She's been through all kinds of stuff, like some terrible things happened to her in her life. Terrible things. So in her mind, she could have had the mindset of what is loyalty. Yeah, I like when people make me feel good. I like when people buy me nice things. I like when people say things to me that make me feel good. But that don't mean that I'm gonna always be loyal. You gotta vet these people. But then I got a homegirl from around the way. She was with a dude. Remember, I'm a little older, so I grew up in the time before social media where we grew up in the hood where the people in the hood was your people, the homegirl. So you had homegirls in the hood that you ain't had sex with every girl you know. Some girls in the hood was just your homegirls. But I had a homegirl that dated some dude from uptown, cross town. She had her own house, her own car. She had went to school to be a nurse. She making like, at that time, they make more now, but at that time, like $30-something an hour. So she was winning. But she get this dude, and I remember one day, we out on the block, and this dude come through, drop her off in her car, and then he go off driving. And me being newsy, I'm sitting on the steps, and I'm like, why the fuck that nigga driving your car? Oh, she like, that's my friend. And I ain't say nothing. But they was in a relationship, I guess about 6 months into the relationship. I'm hearing through the mom, because her mom is like a mom to me, grew up in the hood. She like, yo, her brother's in jail. He like, yeah, this nigga put his hands on my daughter. And I'm like, he put his hands on her. She's like, yeah, he got one more time to do that shit. I'm gonna kill that nigga. And I was like, what you mean? I call her Aunt Darlene. What are you talking about? He put his hands on her. Why nobody say nothing? But here it is. You know, she was never a hoe in the hood. She was never a whore. She wasn't sleeping with a bunch of different dudes. She didn't have no children. She had a whole career. But come to find out, this nigga had 3 kids by 3 different women, was living in her apartment, driving her car. He didn't even have a job. And I'm saying to myself, she don't even come from that type of stock. Why the fuck did you pick a nigga like this? How? How does a nigga like this penetrate through your defenses? How? But somehow he did. You came from an intact structure, mom and pop in the crib. You got one brother that's going to school, another brother that was in jail because he was running the street with us. But you came from a structured family environment with a dad that was holding family down. How does the first example in your life be that dad holding you down and doing the things he's supposed to do, and you go for this nigga? Because again, you didn't check the backgrounds and what you like. I'll say, I see Bomb Cherry, they say opposites attract. I'm gonna tell you what it is. She grew up in that sheltered life where her father and parents did the right thing. They kept us sheltered from the life that we was living in the street. But she always was enamored with it. Because she couldn't indulge in it, she looked at it from a distance. She looked at it from across the river and said, man, they having fun over there. Oh, he look good. Look at him. Where the guys on her side was going to school every day, doing what they got to do. They were so-called corny, what society would call corny. But these was the real thoroughbreds. But she's still looking across the river. So the minute she got a chance, when she got old enough, she jumped in that boat and she drove across that river and got one of them niggas, and she got burned quick because she wasn't ready mentally to understand how to move in that terrain. And as soon as she got off that boat, them niggas saw green. They said, look at this green woman. She's ripe and green. She just as a square as she want to be. And she fell right into the arms of a nigga that was going to take advantage of it from the start. He seen her coming. See, he know Big Booty Brenda and them, they just as conniving as he is because they grew up on that same side of the river that he grew up on. So now when he see her coming, he like, man, maybe this woman can change me. But you know that ain't going to happen. As soon as she got off that boat, when she came across that river, she was done, doomed from the start. So the dude got caught. She caught him driving her car with a girl in the car, and they got in an argument. He ended up beating her up. So so a couple of homies in the hood end up having to step to him and let her know, like, listen, she got family. You can't see it no more. We catch you around here, nigga, we're gonna red rum you. So she ended up leaving him alone. But with all that being said, she married now, been married for about 10 years. Finally got with the right guy, still nursing, making a bunch of money, doing her thing, got with a nice square dude. And fuck that square shit, got with a nice upstanding dude that knows what he wants, walk with his chin up in the air. He's a fucking man. She got with a good dude, what society would call a square, but I call him a king in today's time. Back in the day, I probably would have called him a square, but I know better now. She got with the right dude, but it took her having to get burned. It took her having to put her hand in the fire to know that certain places and things I can't indulge in. So the title is, why do we cheat? Is it really the aspect of cheating, or is it us wanting to indulge in fuckery and we got to get burned in order to understand what we should be doing? Is it us? Do we have to experience pain in order to gain understanding for what this thing is all about? In order to be able to vet right and pick the right person? Because don't get me wrong, you can come from the ghetto and be a great person. You can come from the ghetto and be extremely loyal. You can come from the ghetto and go and do all kinds of bad things in your life and then recognize the error of your ways. That's absolutely possible. It happens all the time. So don't make me just say, well, across that river is just nobody, everybody's just dysfunctional. That's not true. Because you got dysfunction on the other side too. Because maybe some of the dysfunction in her house that made look like a perfect scenario, maybe the dysfunction that you didn't see is the reason why she wanted to go across the river in the first place. So don't just think because you come from a nice place and you got a structured environment that everything is cool. Because they say, why do good girls pick bad guys? Or why do good guys pick bad girls? Well, maybe some of the shit that was going on in their household is the reason why they pick it. You ever stop and think about that too? And sometimes, why do so-called bad guys or bad girls want to get with the so-called good people? Because maybe they see something in them that maybe they can change. So you gotta look at for the 57 people watching. I just want y'all to understand this: how you vetting your woman or your man. Don't be in the nail salon saying he cheated on me, but then you never ever look in the mirror at yourself and say, well, what is it that I like? Maybe I need to alter the things that I like. What type of I got a certain I have a certain type of man that I like. And if he ain't 6'4", dark skin with a 10-inch dick, I don't want him. If he ain't 6'5" with a Benz and a super career, I don't want him. But every time you go and you pick that, you get burned. Because you realize that these guys are the pick of the litter. Everybody wants him. He's equivalent to that high yellow big booty black chick in the hood that everybody wants to run through. Well, that 6'5" dude with the career with the 10-inch dick, he's fucking every chick in the hood, every white chicks, black chicks, Asian chicks. He's getting all that. And you chasing him. You know how many options he got? The minute you tell him no, he just go up the block. Because God forbid y'all in a relationship, women are drawn to very tall men. So I'm saying you have to broaden your horizon on the type of men you like. You can't just have one type. Because the very essence of the man that you really need may be standing right in front of you the whole time. And you keep looking over his shoulder at the nigga that you think you want. Tell this to my daughters all the time. That very man that's the connection for you is right there in front of you every day. And you keep overlooking him because he's short, or maybe he's light-skinned. He's not dark-skinned. Maybe he got a little weight to him. Maybe he doesn't have that super career job yet, but he's working to it every day. You overlooking him. See, somebody that you can already build with. Y'all can mold each other. Y'all can go up the ranks together. When y'all sit back, y'all can tell a story of where you came from. You don't want that nigga. You want the nigga that already got everything already done. His story is already written. You want him. You want to walk in on his story, where now he doesn't have the proper respect from you because you never built with him. You came in when he already got everything. Alter your way of thinking. He cheated on me. Wait a minute, sis. I need to do some inventory into your life before I can conversate with you, because I need to know what you like. What type of men you're choosing? What type of men did your mama choose? Where did you learn this from? Before I get to the men, where did you learn this from? Why does this constantly happen to you? Were you a virgin before you met your husband? No. So that means that different dudes been in and out of you and on their way. So you need to reevaluate the person that needs the help is you. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, what do I need to change about me to bring a different energy into my life? A different connection into my life. What is it that I need to re-examine about me? Why do I keep drawing this type of energy to me? What am I sending out to the world that's bringing this in? When I cast my rod out into the water, why I keep drawing in this kind of fish? Until you do that self-examination of yourself, you're going to keep bringing the same type of man into your life. And you can't continue to keep blaming the men. You got to look at yourself. So now let's deal with the men. Let's deal with the men. Why do you keep jumping from bed to bed? Why every time you get with a woman, you can't keep it right? Why every woman you get with, you cheat on? Or why you keep picking these wrong women that's doing you dirty, that's cheating on you? What type of energy are you bringing to yourself? What type of, do you love yourself enough to make the right decisions, to do the right things as a man, as a seed planter? Remember, a woman can only have one baby a year. You can make hundreds of babies in a year. What type of sexual discipline do you have? Where did you grow up at? Did you have your father in your life? Did your father teach you sexual discipline? Or did you watch your father be a sexual deviant as well? Are you part of 13 children where your father had 13 children by 9 different women? So is that the example that you have? You understand no loyalty. The only loyalty you have is not even to yourself, because you're not even loyal to yourself enough to even make the right decisions that would benefit you in the future. You're causing making all these different babies. So now when you do calm down and you want to get a wife, you get a job, but child support is taking everything because you was disloyal to yourself. I had to have this conversation with a homeboy. Brother, you got 6 kids by 4 different women. Now you got a good job, but they killing you in child support because you was disloyal to yourself. And he was like, what do you mean? I said, bro, you was disloyal to yourself. You wasn't even loyal to yourself to make the right decisions to prepare yourself for the day. So now you sit paying a price for sex for women that you no longer even have sex with. Women that you're not even in a relationship with, you're paying a price for decisions that was made yesterday, still affecting you right now. And how many brothers go through that? But how many brothers had big homies or dads or uncles to teach them this? You was disloyal to yourself. Forget that girl. You was disloyal to you, and now you're paying for it. Because the difference is, like I said, that woman can only have one baby. You can make a bunch of babies. I got homies that had. I got a homie that had. He got 3 kids. One is 2 weeks apart from each other. The other one is 2 months younger. By 3 different women. We're in our 40s now. Those children are like 24, 25, 24, 25. But he was paying child support for all 3 of them. But then he had another one when he was in a, ended up getting in a long-term relationship. And he would tell me, man, this child support shit is killing me. I'm like, man, dog, listen, look at what you was doing. I'm just giving y'all this real game, telling y'all the truth. So you got to be careful. Because when you're dealing with a dude that got 4 kids by like 4 different women, he got commitment issues. Why are you opening your legs to? I don't care how big his dick is. I don't care how good he made you feel. Why are you opening your legs to a man that got 4 kids by 4 different women and he's only 30? He's already shown he has commitment issues. I'm just saying, man. I just you hear people, oh, they cheated on me. I'm saying, well, why do they cheat? Why do we cheat? Yeah, 8 or 10 child support orders between them. They say 2 brothers, right? So I'm telling you, I gave the scenario to girls, give the scenario to homeboys. And this ain't just niggas in the hood. This is dudes that's going to school, dudes that's working, all kinds of stuff. What type of loyalty do you have to yourself, brothers? What loyalty do you have to yourself? These are just simple questions, man. Let me see what they're saying in the chat. What's up, JV Desaline? We got a dish of black lumby, 6-figure days. God's word saves. Absolutely, God's word does save. See, I'm telling. Yeah, I hope I am telling the truth. I hope that somebody's getting learning something, getting edified. I believe in accountability, but people cheat because of lack of self discipline and respect. Yeah, that's one of the reasons too. That's one of the reasons. Lack of self discipline and respect. But they also cheat. They also cheat. I cheated because I was feeling distance, but cheating wasn't the answer. I was wrong. See, Bomb Cherry, at least you take responsibility. But guess what, Bomb Cherry Law? I can respect you because as a woman, you fucking admitted it. A lot of times, getting a woman, getting a lot of our sisters, and y'all know I'm fair, but I'm gonna tell the truth. A lot of times, getting a black woman to admit her bullshit, it's like pulling teeth. A lot of times, brothers will just get caught outright because we're stupid. We do dumb shit and just get caught right from the rip. Bam. A sister just catch you. Or a lot of times we be like, just fuck it. But a girl could be, a lot of sisters are just lie. And this is why you can't help them. Because they don't tell the truth where you can give a proper diagnosis to what the problem is. They just lie. I didn't do it. Listen, I can clearly see you. And then you continue to have the same shit happen to you. Whereas though y'all don't realize that if you were to do like me and your ass out there cheating, first of all, I'm a gutter. I come from the gutter. I got a gutter mind, gutter way of thinking. I'm gonna see that shit from the rip. I'm gonna watch your patterns, the way you talk, the way when I go to hug you, as opposed to before that nigga touched you, the type of panties and bra that you wear when you leave the home, the perfume, the certain soaps and hygiene products that you use for your wound. Man, listen, I grew up in a house with my big sister raised me. I pay attention to all that a lot of men and boys have never been trained to do. I see all that shit. The certain shoes you wear tells everything. But brothers haven't been trained to watch a woman. We haven't been trained. That's why when you find out she cheating on you, you want to kill her. I pay attention to it all. I'll sit right there on the bed while you getting dressed and just watch. And I won't say shit. Oh, well, she wasn't doing that. Oh, damn. Well, she was never wearing that to work. Why is she wearing that to work now? Oh, the whole matching joint with the shit. Oh, shit. Oh, she got the good perfume on. You downstairs too busy trying to do what it is that you doing. You ain't even paying her no attention. And that's how she able to get over on you, because women know that a lot of us are stupid. And she know that all she got to do is seduce you with sex to shut you the fuck up. Get in the bed, make a bunch of fucking noise, and now you feel good again. Brothers, you got to get past the sex part and learn to use your mind, be cerebral. It's about more than sex. Use your mind and you'll see right through her. And she can't lie to you no more. All you got to do is check the mannerisms. Women tell on themselves all the time, but you don't know it. Because they do things off emotion with their heart. We try to do too much logic and shit. Like, why did I get married movie? You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's just, I just like content for basic shit that you can use in your life every day. You know, because cheating go on, man. And stop just associating cheating with people in the hood or in the gutter. Because some of you watching me right now is fucking cheating. Women and men. You fucking that nigga at your job. Or you still fucking your baby father. Or your baby mom. Or you fucking that girl at the gym. Y'all doing it right now. You come right home to your girl like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. Walk right up in the crib, give her a kiss, sit down with the kids and read some books. You doing that shit right now. But then you have to ask yourself, do you really love your family? Is that girl worth you having to go down to the courthouse and get custody of your children? Is that girl worth it? Or is it worth trying to get the spice back in the relationship with your wife? Maybe start dating your wife over again. How about y'all start going out on dates the way y'all used to? And vice versa. Is that man worth possibly Your husband doing the rest of his life in prison because when he find out he's going to kill that motherfucker? Do you really love your husband enough to protect him from himself and from your bullshit? Because things ain't going right all in the crib. So you think that you got to fuck the nigga at the job or on the block? And if your husband, if you got the type of man, you know if he find out, you already know what's going to happen. He ain't going to hurt you, but he going to kill the person that you with. Or are you so selfish and all you care about is yourself that you still be willing to do that shit because you don't care. All you care about is what you need and them goddamn kids. You don't give a shit about the man you lay with. Is that what it's about? Is that what it's about? Or are you willing to work to get the spice back into your relationship or your marriage? Because like I said, when we first started, when you first got with this person, y'all was going on dates. She was wearing them sexy clothes. See, I'm going to tell you something. See, that sexy sundress she was wearing with the thong going under it, with the high heels, all lotioned up real, smelling good. That's how she was when you first met her, you was going out. Now, 10 to 15 years in a relationship, you watching her go to work like that. But when she come home, she don't look like that for you. Use your fucking brain. She don't look like that for you. When she come home, she take her work clothes off and she put on some fucking holy sweatpants, some big period panties, and a fucking scarf. And she look like fucking Aunt your mama in the crib. And you looking like, goddamn. But when she ready to go out, not with you, the way she used to look when you first met her, is how she go out with her girlfriends. Right. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. So is it worth setting a bad example for the kids? Or we live in an era now where nobody wants to work nothing out. Okay, things going bad, things going sour, but can we fix it? See, because we was in a relationship before we had the children, before we had the house, before we had the cars. We would go on a date, have fun. We would have sex 1,000 times. I know we done got older. The body don't work the way it used to did when we was in our 20s. But how do you keep the spice in a relationship and be abstained from the world? How do you do that? Are you willing to do it? Are you fucking trying to do it? Or have you invited Satan to come in between y'all? You got this girl or this guy in between your relationship now. So now you clouded. Are you willing to sacrifice? Oh man, talking about the bag of clothes in the trunk, right? You have to put the effort. You have to put the time in and go out of your way to make things right. Right. Schedule dates, be creative. Yeah. Are you willing to go out of your way? Or have you got to the point where you're like, man, fuck her, man, or fuck him? He should already know. How many times you hear, oh, you should, what you mean? I should already know. Sometimes we lose our way in relationships. And one of us have to be stronger for the other to bring us back. Are you willing to sacrifice that? Sacrifice for me, to save me, to bring me back, and vice versa. No. Marriages, a lot of marriages and relationships end abruptly because the minute something go bad, you already out. Because you already had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So they asking, so the title was, why do they cheat? Well, they cheat because they was never fully invested. They was never fully in the first place. And you was committed to somebody that's been with you. You with a girl, and every time y'all argue, she talk about she gonna leave. But then that's the way she's thinking already. She's already thinking that way. But she's there giving you her body. She's even having your children. She done had 3 of your children. You could be with a woman. I've seen this. You could be with a woman and she can go to work and she can give everything she got to you. Share everything she got with you. But the minute you get in an argument, she always talk about she gonna leave. And that shit be confusing. I experienced this. Like, what the fuck? How come every time we get in an argument, you talking about you leaving? Or F you, I gotta get out of here. But you got my children. Like, we living in, like, what the fuck? So now what am I supposed to think when you say that type of shit? Because I'm the type of dude, you got to watch what you say to me, because when you say certain things to me, I'm going to hold you to that shit. If every time we get in an argument, you know you can't beat me physically as a woman, so you say some real fucked up shit to me. So now, the way I think as a man, if you could say some real fucked up shit to me to my face, imagine what you say when I'm not around. Imagine what you can do behind my back. If you can blatantly disrespect me as a woman to my face, what do you do when I'm not around? See, this is what I had to explain to my daughter and tell my wife at times. See, I'm a man. I can punch you and probably kill you, but I would never do that. But I know for a fact that as a woman, you can use words to take to hurt my manhood. So if you use words to hurt me in my presence, what type of loyalty do you have to me when you're not in my presence? I'm saying this to all the women that's watching, so that way you can learn something. The way men think, real men, alpha men. What type of respect do you have for me when you're not in my presence if you don't respect me in my presence? And see, you may not even be cheating. You may just have a fly mouth. You may just be disrespectful at times. You may just be the type that just go off the rails at times. But for a brother like me, if you talk to me like that, then you better do anything behind my back. I'm just telling you, I'm telling you how men think. Especially the type of men that won't go upside your head. We just looking at you like, this bitch crazy. She not loyal. She ain't got no loyalty. And this is where a lot of dudes step out too. And I'm not saying that it's right on you brothers that's doing that. But I'm telling you, a lot of that come from your mouth. Your mouth. You won't shut the fuck up. You're too aggressive. You're too hard. You're too hard. You're right up in my face. Nigga this, nigga that. Or you got to have the last word to everything. You got to put the cuss word in. Fuck, fuck, fuck. And he just looking at you like, yeah, I know what she doing. Yeah. Because he's saying this stuff like, listen, before I met you, I wasn't shit for a long time. So he looking at you like, yeah, she ain't got no respect for me. Look how she talked to me. I'm just telling y'all. I'm not just putting the woman down. I'm trying to educate you on something, schooling you on something. Watch how you talk to your man. Because a man can beat you physically, but you can always beat a man with words. And when you beat a man up mentally and with words, remember I told you, men need mental stimulation. Men need his ego catered to. When you beat a man up mentally, when you beat him up mentally, you can really destroy your relationship. You can really destroy your relationship. Because men ain't as tough as you think they are. I may be able to jump on a dude and knock a dude out, but my wife can say some real fucked up shit to me that can probably fuck my whole day up. Fuck. You know, we be talking, you know how we be, bro. You know how the bros be. We be talking to ourselves in the car. Who the fuck that bitch think she is, man? This bitch get on my nerves. This bitch always running her fucking mouth. Like, you know, we saying under our breath. You ain't gonna say it to her, but you saying it under your breath. She got the ability to do that shit because of your fucking mouth. And this is what I'm saying to you. So you got to be careful and how you got to handle your man's ego with care. If that's the man that you want to be with, that's the man you want to share your life with. Handle his ego with care. And brothers, you got to handle your woman's emotions with care and love. You got to handle it right. Because a lot of our women are emotionally unstable. But that's where you got to be a rock and be strong for her. And this is why I'm saying you got to get back to dating, courting, holding her hand, opening up the door for her. When you make love to her, turn the fucking porn off. Don't make love to don't have sex with your woman with the porn on. Turn some Freddie Jackson on. Turn some Melissa Morgan on. Turn on some Cheryl Pepsi Riley. Turn on some Guy. You know what I mean? Make love to your woman to some Luther Vandross. And when you're making love to her, talk to her on the ear. Tell her how much you love her. Tell her how much you appreciate her while you're giving her the business. Put some love music on. Get that spiritual connection back. Stop with that side booty shit, women. Get in the bed and lay on your side and back up towards your man just so y'all can hurry up and get it over with. That ain't no type of spiritual or mental stimulation. The fuck is you doing? And then then 6 months later, you in the shop talking about he cheated on me because he went somewhere else to get that mental stimulation that he's craving. And I'm telling you, as a server, he can't serve you the things you need if you're not building his ego up for him to move. Women, you ignite that fire. A man is the initiator, but a woman has the ability to light that fire. Y'all have the ability to wind that man up and watch him go. So sometimes this world beats us down, and we need to be built back up by you. And when you build us back up and we go, man, everybody benefits from that. Everybody benefits from it. So we gotta understand. We gotta understand our role to each other. But brothers, you have to cater to her emotions. Cater to her emotions, man. And make sure that you are every aspect of her desires. You have to be when she uses her imagination, you have to pop up in there. You have to be at every aspect of her desires. And the way you do that is by catering to her emotions. Mentally, physically, sexually, every aspect. You have to get her love, lust, and loyalty. But to do that is to cater to her emotions. And a lot of times, brothers, we haven't been trained to do that. We think as black men that because you banged her brains out and had her screaming all over the place that you got her now. You got her hooked. That shit, listen, man, the nigga before you used to do that to her. He used to do it better. And he was bigger than you. So don't think that shit. Trust me. Listen, I'm going to be transparent with you and tell you the truth. She ain't going to come and tell you, baby, you the biggest I ever had. She not going to tell you, well, you the third biggest because that nigga across the block, man, he used to, whoo. She ain't going to tell you that shit. That shit would destroy your ego. She going to tell you, yeah, baby, I love you. You the man. But you think because you good with the tool, that's all it's going to take. Oh, man. That ain't all it's going to take. Because if that was the case, those other niggas that used to pipe her down real good, you wouldn't even know her because she would still be with them niggas. She with you for a reason. But now you have the ability, you have to give her something more than just sex. You have to learn how to not just be so masculine, but learn how to bring that down and cater to the soft side of that woman to get that woman to have that woman be your helpmate and the greatest cheerleader, that the person in your corner. She's not gonna be your mother, but she gotta have those mother-like qualities. See, when me and my wife got married, her father passed away. But when her brother walked it down the aisle and he passed off to me, that was supposed to be like the dad, me taking over where he left off. But the same thing for the mom. When you got your mama and you marry a new woman, and that woman is now responsible for you, cooking and making sure that you're right when you leave out the crib and all that. That's why moms don't be liking your fucking women. Like, I don't like that fucking woman. Get that woman out of here. Because your mom going to make sure that you get with the right woman that's going to take care of you the way she did. So you got to make sure you got that right woman. And you got to cater to her mind. You got to make love to her mind in order to keep her in line with you. She can't be in the house with her chest out trying to be just as masculine as you are. That's going to be a bad connection and you're going to cheat. Oh man, sorry to hear that, Bishop. Sorry to hear that. What you doing up so early? Man, now my grandbaby will. But yeah, but I just wanted to just come and just talk to the people and maybe I could answer some questions that you guys may have had internally that wasn't being answered. You know, hopefully this morning I could come and just lay some stuff out, man. Relationship wise. Come here, baby. And just lay some stuff out. You know what I mean? You know, for y'all. as to why they cheat. You know what I mean? You know, because you go through, you go through life, and now, here I am in my 40s, and I got my daughter. I got I got my grand. Go and get your boots on. Go ahead. I got my daughter. I got my grandbaby. You know what I mean? My children. But I had to make a decision on what's more important to me, the life that I was living or the life that I created. And what am I going to put more emphasis on? The life that I have in front of me or the so-called street life from running wild? I made that choice. I made that choice to put emphasis and dedicate my life and the very aspect of my being to the family that I created. That's the choice that I made. No more just running wild with just any kind of damn women that don't give a shit about me. All they care about is what they can get out of me. So understand the title of why do they cheat? They cheat because of you. They cheat because of the decision makers that you make and what you allow. Because while they cheating, most likely, a lot of times you cheating too. So you need to take reevaluations within yourself and understand what it is that you like and what it is that you're choosing. Why are you constantly bringing the same type of people into your life? So it can't be them. It got to be you. Because they were who they were coming into. They never changed. They was always that way. So just understand. So just understand, sisters and brothers out there, the vetting process is important. And look at yourself in the mirror and stop having just one type. Well, I like this type of man, or I like this type of woman. Because most likely, a lot of those times and those so-called types that you have, they're not even the type of people you end up with. When I was growing up, all my girls was as black as, my daughter right here, sitting right here, her mom is as black as midnight. Man, my wife is as lighter than me and taller than me. You don't even end up with the type of girls that you say you so-called like, or guys that you so-called like. You end up with the person that's right for you when it goes right. So and that's all I wanted to say, man. So I just wanted to just come and just drop that on y'all this morning, man. Yes, baby. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna thank y'all for coming, spending the morning with me, man, and getting this knowledge. But all I'm saying before we go, start going on dates again. Stop just having sex. Start making love again. Start putting her, start putting her as a priority. Put him as a priority. Don't get so caught up in where work and the children is more important than your husband. Because before the work and children, it was you and your husband. Y'all created the life that y'all have. So don't neglect him or put him on the back burner for your children, and because he's still standing there. And he still needs his ego catered to in order to keep going to take care of you and the family. So don't forget about your husband, and you don't forget about that woman that you built that life with. Don't forget about that. Because before everything, it was just y'all two. And from y'all two, everything blossomed. You created something great. Maintain it and keep it and pass it down generationally. Pass it down to your children, who pass it down to their grandchildren. So 100 years from now, they'll have pictures of you two on the wall saying, this is my great-great-grandfather and my great-great-grandmother. And all of this came from what they built. Legacy building. So remember, I love my people more than they hate themselves. And I pray to the universal creator most high that these words are enough to inspire you. These words are enough to make you look at yourself in the mirror and make change. These words are enough to make you look at your children and know you have to make change. I hope that when you came here for information, and when you leave here better than what you was before you came. I hope you leave here edified and with a new way of thinking. I hope that you can get with your man and get with your woman tonight. And based off of the information that I gave, you can begin to start anew and create something new for the benefit of your happiness and the benefit of your children. So remember, I love y'all. To the next time. Peace.